This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Crime Stoppers of Southwest Florida. Report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. 1-800-780-TIPS. And by Lee Health.
Southwest Florida, welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. I'm so thrilled and excited that you put us on your list of things to do. And I think you're going to be excited as well. We have a fabulous show in store for you. Where are we? We are at Shell's Special Touch Restaurant, located in the heart of the Fort Myers community on Work Street. It's one of the great restaurants in our community, all around different types of foods. So be sure to Google Shell's Special Touch Restaurant. The accommodations are just outstanding. Big shout out to Chef Michelle, who's the owner of this fine establishment. We'll be talking to her in the second part of the show. We also get a chance to talk to Antoine Williams. He's the new Assistant Director for the Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency. That's the CRA. He's come back to his hometown. We'll get a chance to meet this fine man and what he's going to be doing here in Fort Myers. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Southwest Florida, Lee Pitts Live. We're here at Shell's Special Touch Restaurant, located in the heart of Fort Myers. For catering, anything you need, this is a full-service restaurant that'll take care of you. So thrilled to welcome here on the show for the first time in the studio, Antoine Williams. Welcome to Lee Pitts Live, man.
Thank you, thank you.
It's good to get you here. I must say that, I got a chance to interview you out in the park at the celebration of the new app for the Dunbar community, historic app. You were out there as a yeoman. You helped me out. You did an outstanding job. So I want to commend you on that before we even get started. How did you enjoy that experience being out there meeting all the people in Clemente Park?
Oh, I love the experience. I got to do one of the physical tours even, so I was there both working it and also as a participant, a community member, because getting reconnected with some of these sites. Mm-hmm. It was a great time. And you're coming into the community, you grew up in the area, you're back to the community, and you're hitting the ground rolling. You're finding yourself, you see how busy Fort Myers is on the uptick, isn't it? Oh, totally. A lot busier than I even expected, even coming from the jurisdiction and market that I had previously worked. I was really proud to see how advanced and progressive the city is and hawkish it is about, development even in the Dunbar community. It was a great thing to see.
Right. You are, this is your first time being in the studio, and one of the things you have to learn when you're coming on Lee Pitts Live is you never outdress the host of the show.
Wasn't my intention.
So you coming in here, man, all money and trying to be all GQ, man.
Well, I said, I got to be on level, iron sharpen iron. So I saw how sharp you were in the park. I said, I know he's going to bring it. So I just got to be on level with Mr. Lee.
No, man, you upstage with me, people. Y'all, if people watching your television say, dude, you don't go there outdressed to Lee, man.
No, well, this is my Miami suit. I haven't really adapted yet. I'm crossing over.
Okay. People need to know, though, even though you came over from Miami, did outstanding work over there,
Sure.
You grew up in this area, right?
I did.
Talk about that.
High
school to work.
High school, elementary, middle school. I've actually lived in probably majority of the so-called projects of Fort Myers.
Okay.
But primarily where I was raised and grew up was in Palmetto Court, D18, D Street.
Okay. Shout out.
Went to Lee Middle School, Warriors, Dunbar Middle before it relocated. And then also Fort Myers Academy, I went there, but ultimately finished my high school education at Cypress Lake. I've even finished my undergrad here locally at FGCU, so I'm really proud about that as well.
Well, we need more of what you bring to the table as the Assistant Director of the City of Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency. When I say more of that, is that people who grow up here, they go off, they learn, they get their education, they come back and contribute to the rise of this fabulous community. Mm-hmm. Do you see it that same way?
I do, 100%, which is actually why I made it my commitment to come back, because I felt like it was locals who poured into me to help me develop who I am personally and professionally. So it's part of my onus, if you will, to pass the torch and do the same thing that was done for me.
You mentioned Dunbar community. The CRA certainly covers the Dunbar community, Martin Luther King CRA, but you also have a broader net that you cast too throughout the city. Speak to that.
That's correct. So there are approximately 14 redevelopment areas. The MLK redevelopment area is just one of the 14, and within that MLK area is 4 sub-areas. So, so it encompasses downtown, Cleveland, or the 14 development areas encompasses downtown, Cleveland, and parts of Palm Beach. So
Nice
pretty
territory
active for CRA.
Right. When I know what CRA is, and we're just talking about it like everybody knows what it is, community redevelopment. Kind of in a nutshell, what is community redevelopment?
So community redevelopment agencies are charged, one of the missions of a CRA is to erase slum and blight, to help improve conditions, whether it be physical infrastructure that is waiting and failing, or to cure compliance issues with commercial properties that have been neglected, or even residents who want to cure code issues or provide that a facelift to their properties to help hopefully raise value in the area. So that's one aspect that the CRA is involved.
What you did in your previous jobs relates very closely to what you're doing now. Tell us how they relate.
Absolutely. So for example, one of the things I did in my previous job is I administered a facade improvement program, which was a commercial grant program. It had a program budget of $300,000 where business owners or property owners could apply for a grant for up to $50,000 to help improve their facades with impact glass, security enhancement, lighting, signage, some curb appeal, landscape, hardscape. So similarly, the CRA also offers similar type of facade grants, landscape grants. In fact, in the MLK corridor, the CRA has, I want to say, whatever for every $1.50 that the CRA has spent in MLK alone for landscape enhancements, has incentivized almost $15.
I see.
So, it's been very successful in that regard. So I look to carry that, strengthen that effort. And so that's one way a lot of what I've done before kind of carries over in terms of program management.
Now, you guys have an outstanding staff over there. I've had an opportunity to interface with the staff for the Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agencies. Of course, the director over there, Michelle Hilton Terry, she does a great job. And I do a lot of interacting with Natalie Dunham, outstanding perfectionist, which I like. But just talk about some other people who are part of your staff and how they contribute to the whole success of our city CRA.
So absolutely. I come on board now to a dynamic team, a winning team at that. Recently, I had the privilege of going up to Tampa with them to the FRA, the Florida Redevelopment Association Conference, where this current team has put together a winning year where they won an award for a project with the collaboratory for large cities. They won in the large city category at that.
We beat some big,
right. So they won an award for a planning study.
We, don't say they, we. Go ahead.
On that team right now, as you mentioned Michelle, our fiscal manager, Cheryl Thornton. We have a marketing and promotions manager, Natalie. And we have a redevelopment manager, Frank Amati. I don't know if he's been on the show yet, but he's relatively new, about 6 months in. We have our senior administrative assistant, another Cheryl, and that rounds out our team.
Nice, cool team.
I can't forget our intern. I want to give a shout out to her. She does a lot of work in our marketing, Shanique, from FGCU. So I want to show my appreciation for her too as well.
Cool. You're making her famous. What is the Neat and Clean Task Force?
So the Neat and Clean Task Force, we're working, actually it's being headed up by our, chaired by the city's Community Development Director, Steve Belden. And they're right now looking at an area between Franklin and Carver. That's what we're calling, I believe. And so we're going to look at how we could add value in terms of enhancement. We don't want it just to be a cleanup effort. We really want to get in, help cure some code issues, yes, of course, but really found a way to where we can add value on the ground, so we can hopefully get behind the pride and ownership, the people who've lived there and really take pride in their community and take pride in their properties, but just need some insight on how to make it better. So we want it to be a community-led effort. So one thing I'm looking forward to in this project is the community engagement aspect. That's where I shined the most in my time with Miami. The DDA is that I was the on-the-ground guy, you know, the boots in the trenches, as they would like to refer to me as. And so I look forward to being that same type of person for the CRA in the city with helping the engagement aspects of this project for the Clean and Neat Streets team.
Excellent. How does a typical resident or business start the process of interfacing with the City of Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency and find out where they fit into the big picture?
There's a few ways, and it doesn't all require a physical, in-person, face-to-face. For me, though, that's the most authentic, genuine way. I love face-to-face contact with someone, you know, putting a face to a name. So one way is to, of course, show up to meetings. The other way is to get involved by requesting to be on our mailing list for our newsletters. They go out regularly.
I read them.
Yeah.
Right. I love it.
So another way is to follow us on our channels, our Facebook channel. We have an Instagram channel that just started up not long ago, led by Shanique. She's doing that. And yeah, so there's a lot of ways to plug in.
You guys are getting really active on social media as well.
Yeah, we are. It's a way to reach an audience, cross demographics, but also geographic boundaries too, as well. There are many people who don't live in the redevelopment areas, but are interested in what's going on there, what's going on with McCullum Hall, what's going on with MLK, in these different areas, because it ultimately impacts the city. One thing, when I explain the work of a CRA, I like to explain it as an agency that helps build capacity. So if we're able to raise and elevate these areas, it on a whole also raises and elevates the city of Fort Myers, you know. So we find that communicating across these omni-channels help reaches a broader audience, and so we're going to get really hawkish about that moving forward.
Right, these are exciting times, and as I look at all the projects that the CRA, the City of Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Area agency has going on or has already started, it was so easy a few months ago when we selected Michelle Hilton as the Lee Pitts Live Person of the Year for Economic Development. And that's not something that just easily to be accomplished, because, you know, we have only 5 people that we select in different areas. And it was because of all those things that are taking place. We see what's going on downtown. We see hotels coming online. We see more residential living coming online. And the CRA is right there in the middle of a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Michelle, in her experience with the CRA, you know, she came up through the agency as a redevelopment manager. She's someone's under her tutelage. I think I can learn a lot, at the same time make meaningful contributions. And there's been redevelopment efforts in our city since, you know, the early 80s. And when we were talking earlier before the show started, the groundwork, the seed planting, if you will, starts early. Right. And so now we're starting to see some of that come to fruition, starting to grow, come out of the ground. And with Michelle's experience, she's been there for some of that early seed planting and it coming out of the ground. So it is an exciting time right now.
Yeah, when people see you too, they're going to see you as a role model. Young children will see you as a role model. People who have grown up here in the past and saw you, your mom's friends, everybody just going to be so proud of you. How are you going to handle all that fame, man?
Well, I don't know. The funny thing, I got a text yesterday, not long ago, that said, congratulations on the new endeavor. And I didn't have the person's number. I wrote back, thank you, you know, who's texting. But they had saw, I think it may have been in the community press or something like that. And I'm like, God, I didn't even, you know, you didn't even know I was back in town. How'd you know? So it's humbling, number one, because I wouldn't be here without them. You know, and you know, the stars come play. I mean, I can just go on and on. It's a community investment, and hopefully they see my return and the work I'm able to do as a return on that investment. So what I'm saying is that I'm not done yet. You know.
All right. Now, you were never one of my students in the swimming pool, right? Because I don't know them all, but they all grow up and be successful. Were you one of my students?
No, I wasn't.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I wasn't.
One of my students. You just knew about it.
I just knew about it. I hadn't gotten over my fear of water just yet.
Okay.
So, but I'm a good swimmer now, though.
Okay. Cool. Man, well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Of course, we're going to be getting you back in the future. Keep up the good work, and Lee Pitts Live is here for a resource for you, okay?
Thank you, Lee.
Let's bump you out. Stay right there. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Antoine and all the fine people who are associated with the City of Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency who are doing it. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. I'm Lee Pitts. Thanks for watching our show, Lee Pitts Live, right here on FOX4. We're so delighted that you've been tuning in to us for the past 28 years, and we're just moving forward, continuing to bring you excellent programming. You can now watch us on YouTube at your convenience. Just click on the subscribe button below us and watch Lee Pitts Live on YouTube and streaming live, all types of ways. That's Lee Pitts Live on FOX4. We'll see you.